Corredor tem euforia, quem já beijou no calor. Sorria que é de graça, fica aqui. Deixa eu... Olá, meus amores!
E aí?
Tudo bem com vocês? Ei, chegou um momento que vocês tanto pediram e esperaram, tá? Vamos gravar o primeiro vídeo em inglês. Eu, luz própria, para mostrar o progresso nesse 1 ano e 7 meses de Irlanda. Pois é. E é uma parada que vocês sempre pediram. Eu falei que quando a gente alcançasse 2.000 inscritos, eu ia trazer algo novo pro canal. Então a partir de agora, vocês vão me mandar sugestões de vídeos que vocês querem ver. Pode ser sobre intercâmbio, pode ser sobre o processo de trazer os cachorros pra cá, passaporte, enfim, todas as curiosidades que vocês têm. Por favor, deixem aqui nos comentários que eu vou selecionar um assunto pra gravar pros próximos vídeos. E assim vai funcionando esse quadro a partir de agora, que é o quê? Então vocês vão falar, eu vou ouvir e a gente vai gravar. E esse vídeo, from now on, is gonna be only in English.
Oh my God.
Are you ready?
I think
I select a few questions that you send me in the video and as a comment. And I'm gonna ask you, Neto. And, well, let's see what's happened. Okay? Are you ready? I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's go! Well,
oh my God.
our first question is from Luan Alcântara. He wants to know, he is coming to Ireland,
Okay.
and he's 28 years old. He wants to know if he's too old to start an internship and to live that crazy life that we live here in Ireland.
No. I thought I was 28 years
When you arrived?
when I arrived here, and now I talk English. I never talk English before,
É mesmo, é?
but now I
It's
talk.
possible
It's
to learn.
Very, very possible to learn English. 28 years old. It's not old. It's not old.
He is not old.
Okay.
I think we are never old to learn something, and learning is part of our life. So doesn't matter if you are 28 or 58 or 108, you always are able to learn something new. So that's the point for me, of course. Wesley wants to know if you study English before to come to Ireland, and if there is any difference between the English that we learn in Brazil and that we learn here in Ireland or any other part of the world.
I never studied English before I arrived here.
No?
No.
Well, I studied in Brazil and I did an internship in New York for 4 months. And what I think is, it's completely different to learn English in Brazil and in any other country abroad. Because when you study abroad, you are more in contact with the language, and this you should agree with me, because here you are always in contact with the language. The schools are different, you know, it's different. When you learn in Brazil, when you learn in a school in Brazil, you always, and here as well, you're always learning step by step. That is really, really important. But in the real life, you don't learn like this. You just, you know,
Yeah.
Keep repeating, and the accent here in Ireland is really hard. So I came with a really better English, and I suffered a lot because I didn't understand anything that they were talking to me. So I think it's different.
Yes.
And you?
No,
you were gonna
accent.
say?
Here-
The accent.
Accent. Accent here is total different another place.
Yes.
For example.
Uh-huh.
Here is so hard.
Heavy.
Yes.
Heavy, you know.
But
We understand.
I understand.
Now we are able to understand everything.
Yeah.
Dunzer wants to know if I came to Ireland with a fluently English, and for the person who came without any English, if there is any opportunity of jobs and work here in Ireland. What do you think?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Deu zero pânico na minha cabeça.
Tá bom, relaxa, respira.
Ah, eu não sei o que eu falo.
Well, Dunzer, I came with a good English.
Mentira!
I could communicate with the people, I could understand a few people, because here, as I said, the accent is really heavy, but I didn't come with a fluently English, and I still don't have a fluently English. I can communicate, but I still commit some mistakes in English. Anyway, what I think is, there are many opportunities to work here in Ireland, even if you don't have English. But what I think and what I suggest to you, if you can study English before to come to get better, a little bit, yes, of course, just to get better in an interview and to be able to answer the questions for your employer, and you know, basic things.
Just for you understand.
Yes, a bit. So it's better to come with a little bit of English. Yes. Of course, if you don't have anything and you can, I don't know, correr atrás of this, it's much better. Here's a proof. He came without any English.
Any word English.
Like even hello, how are you, my name is. It was for the really beginning. Yes. And now we are recording a video in English, so you can see, you can.
And now I understand, I talk, okay.
It's okay, it's okay. De olho em você e no cinema. Which mico, errou! I don't know this word in English, that you had in your work because you didn't have English, and which are the best month to travel around Ireland as a tourist.
Oh my god, okay. Had one time, my manager talked to me, asked for me, Neto, we have a tea in storage room. Yes, I have. We have. I come there, I take one coffee. When I arrive, okay, here. No, I need tea, no coffee. Oh my god, okay. Because I never understand.
And even today,
I don't understand when I start working. I understand, but it's difficult for me.
Yes, of course.
In beginner, no. Beginning start working. But now I understand all.
And even today, some micos happens to me. This last week, I'm working in a bar, in a coffee bar now, and the guy asked for me for Club Orange, but he was talking like and I understood a bar snack. So I came with a chocolate and he was looking at me like, stupid, I'm not asking about chocolate, I'm asking about the Club Orange. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, but micos always happen, always.
Me, all the time.
All the time,
every week, every day. It's normal.
It's normal, exactly. Yes. And the best month to travel around Europe, Ireland as a tourist, for me is summertime.
Yes,
during July, June, July, August, it's really nice.
Because I have sun.
Yes. And Stephenson wants to know how it was for you to give up of your career as an actor to move to Ireland.
I don't had career in Brazil with actor. I just got a few jobs with actor in Brazil, but I never career in Brazil with actor.
Okay.
Yes.
And here we have opportunity as well to start as an actor, but we never corremos atrás of that. So it's okay. And Swamita Campos wants to know, she's saying that she knows that we had basic English. And what was your biggest fear and how you did to get through of these fears in your job?
Okay, biggest fear is talking English, understand English, because is for me is understanding English, talk English, because I don't have English before. Don't.
So your biggest fear was talking, understanding.
Yes, talking, understanding.
Live.
And
how you did to you know, get through and superar. I don't know this name in English, so superar your fears.
Day by day, because when you stay here, it's more easy. It's more easier. You understand, you talk, but it's normal. It's normal. Day by day, you learn one word, different word. Day by day here.
You need to be strong.
Yes.
For me, that's the secret. You need to think like, okay, this is a process, and in a few days or a few months or a year, I don't know, I'm gonna get better. So for me, this is the secret, if there is any secret.
And people know you know talk English.
Yes,
okay?
The people know that you are foreigner.
Yes.
So they don't expect you talk a really good English.
Yes.
And the last question from Bruna Romero. Neto,
Bruna,
inner light, you came from a really extremely small city and really different from the city that you live today. She would like to know what was your biggest difficulty in adaptation in Ireland?
Oh my god, 100% weather, because my old city is too hot and here is too cold. It's totally different. Okay, in my old city, I never got, I don't know, I never got a bus in my old city because it's a small city. In Brazil, I had a car.
Okay.
Here, I take a Luas, I take a bus, it's normal here. Yes.
That was your
yes.
biggest difficulty. Of course, but English as well, but we talked about this before. Well, that's it.
Yes.
Thank you so much for spending your English with us.
God,
Are you shy?
Yes,
Don't be shy. You are really good. You have really good English.
No.
And this is a way for us to get you inspired and get you without shy to talk in English, because this is part of our process. When you are learning English, well, when you are learning English, you need to talk. I know that sometimes you feel like shy, that people are judging me because they are talking better than me, but this is ridiculous. This is a process, and you need to be I don't know the name in English, but confiante, to say like, okay, I don't care. My English is like this, but I need to try.
Yes.
You need to try.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Thank you.
Thank
to
you.
Enjoy with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm waiting for suggestions to the next video. So leave your comment behind, and don't forget to subscribe in the channel. Leave your like, and well,
that's it.
Subscribe in the channel.
Subscribe in the channel. Dog
pelo mundo. And that's it. Thank you. I hope you enjoy, and let's see in the next video. Well, our first video in English was really nice.
My God.
So that's it. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time and your time. And what you're gonna say?
No. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Hope.
Okay. Hope is the queen of the house. Oh my God.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
See you,
Thanks.
Guys.